Like I spat like 3 bars of it. It was like, hey, shut up, we recorded this. Yeah, so we recorded it. And that turned out to be my first 10K. Everything that happened last year just taught man the importance of consistency. But not just in music, it's anything I do. My younger cousin thought I was like, it was a joke thing. Like I wasn't rapping for real. But deep down I was in it. Cause I don't really look at the numbers. Like when I post, I don't go on my phone. Like, cause it's like, just for mental health purposes, it's like, I just wanna be away from the world, innit? I don't wanna look back and be like, oh, fuck, man. Like he could have done that and that. Like, nah, man, I wanna be happy.
Well, let's get into it. So, new episode, Past, Present, Future. Really excited today, actually, because I think a lot of the artists that we have coming on are because we believe that they are potentially the next best thing within the industry, and I think that that's very true today. So I'm excited to get into it. But I wanted to ask you, Mugz, before we go any further, what do I need to understand about your past to understand you as a person?
First of all, thank you for the introduction. It's very touching. Obviously, I feel like I needed to go through everything I've gone through to get to where I am now. Because it's like, it's all a motivation type of thing. Because like, stuff that I didn't like that happened in the past, or that I did like has given me the motivation and drive to like go hard every day and be consistent and have dreams, but like turn it to a reality more and more. It's like every day and just have little goals there. So yeah, the past is very important, like good and bad, you get it, so.
You say good and bad?
Yeah, literally.
What's the bad side?
The bad side, like obviously internal issues, death, like family problems, and it's like confidence as well. Just like, because obviously in this game, being out, putting your face outside every day is like, it's kind of crazy, because especially me, like, guys must think I'm very jumpy and that, but I'm kind of shy, and like, I don't talk a lot when I'm outside, like, and like, not to say how I do as a persona, it's just like, obviously like, because it's just a different side of me, but normally I'm just calm, laid back, don't talk. So yeah, it's a lot, yeah, but.
That is really interesting, because I think from the outside looking in and like having obviously digested a lot of your music and looked at the music videos, and I guess just understanding you as an artist, you seem like bubbly, very out there, humorous, confident, and you've just said that some issues stem from low confidence. How can you go from being that person that potentially struggles with confidence issues to coming across as the most confident person in the world on camera?
I don't know, it's a growth thing, you know, it's like, I had to grow into it and just be more comfortable in what I do. Like the more and more I went studio, the more and more confident I'll be. Cause like if you see the first video, like one of the first videos on my IG, like man's looking sideways, man's smiling. Cause I'm thinking, yeah. But it's only my man them that's watching me as well. So obviously I'm like, but at the same time it's just like, I think it's like just understanding your self-worth and just like the more hard you work, like you should feel like, yeah, man can do this, like, and like the personality that comes off camera, it is me, innit? But that's like when I'm like 100% comfortable. But it's like, I feel like it's a good version of myself to display. And obviously I'm a businessman. I'm saying deep down, so I feel like I gotta do that. But it's calm now. I think I've grown into it more, and it's all good.
You mentioned within that last answer when I asked about like bad things within the past, you mentioned family issues, and it was one of the things that I wanted to go into, to be transparent. I was watching your Next Up last night, and you say within it, I've got no time for beef, I've got bear with my dad.
Yeah, what's it called? I don't know, the past like 4 or 5 years has been rocky, innit? Because like, it's like when you grow, like when you're young, you don't really see, like you don't really analyze stuff, innit? But then as you grow and you see stuff, you're thinking, like, raw. Not to get too into it, but it's like, thinking, like, what's wrong with this? And like, yeah, like.
What was the situation?
It's multiple, innit, that grow and build and build and build, and then you see it, like, and this, you get to a level like where you're not content with it, and you're feeling like man's violating or something, and then like you don't know why, but then it's a continuous cycle. But I don't know, maybe it's a cultural thing or something. But I don't know. But it's like, obviously he's done a lot for man in my past in that. But it's like we're two different people. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's like, there's certain stuff man respects and certain stuff I don't, in it, not to get too into it because guys are watching and that. You get me? But yeah, that's basically it, and not to get too deep into it. But yeah, big up him though. That's you know, like, there's blood in it, it's family in it, but just life in it. Yeah, literally.
I want to just go back to the confidence thing, and the reason that I wanted to go back to it is I referenced the humour that like comes across in your music, and I was saying to your management off camera that I think there's an element of J Hus-like humour in there, and although I think you're very unique within your own right and your style, I do see that kind of similarity there. And I'm just wondering that with the confident side of things and then coming across as this humorous character, how much of like a persona is that you wish that you could have within your day-to-day life?
To be honest, it depends on the type of people I'm with. Like, obviously, when I'm with my Marge, I'm a certain way. And then like, if I'm, like the environment, like if I'm at, like if I'm with the man, then that's me, 100%. I'm probably more wild than that. You get, but it's like I know how to control myself and just like analyze situations, because I can't just be walking on the street normally and be like, because like guys might try to do a bad thing. You get, but yeah, the persona that is me. Don't get it twisted, but it's like there's another side of me as well. Just like, I'm always humble more time, but it's like calm, respectful. Say if I'm talking to a nice, stupendous lady, she like, I wanna talk to her as like my gov in it, not as Mugz in it. But then if I'm outside now, say I'm in the streets, I'm in that beef. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was gonna blast in it, but like and be that person in it. But I can switch it off, I can switch it on. But more time it's me 100%. I'm very like jokey, but I'm a very serious person as well. Like I don't like guys can't take the piss out of me. But yeah, that's how I am still. Just good balance, I'll say. You know when to switch it on, know when to switch it off. Basically.
How important do you think that is to being a successful artist, being able to adapt to various situations?
It is, because like it's very important. Because like, say if I'm in a meeting, like I like to surprise people. You get, because these men think I'm a joke man aside. Say like scenario and hypothetically, if they think I'm a joke man, and then I'm talking seriously now, my vocabulary is correct, they're gonna think, oh my god, he has substance. So like, it gives them less of an incentive to try violate. You get, but that's just in any situation. But it's like, especially in a first impression sense, like it's very important, because that first impression will always like leave on you, innit? So you know, you got to put the right impression on the right people. So like, cause like, say if I was talking to a lawyer now, I can't be like full Mugz. Yeah man. Like I gotta move a bit corporate and professional. But actually, like, if I'm out more with the man Dizzy's like, I wish, it's myself with it. So yeah, no, it's very important though.
100%. And you spoke about consistency earlier when we started the conversation at the very beginning. And I do want to talk to you a little bit about consistency, but also authenticity. And you referenced one of your first freestyles, and it's the first one that remains on your Instagram, so it was actually in 2020. So a long time ago, on the 14th of October to be specific. So just over 2 years ago. Yeah. How have you grown as an artist and as a person since then? And you referenced not looking at the camera and stuff like that.
I've grown a lot. I feel like that time I was a very different person in terms of just like maturity and knowledge and like just like not even values, just like my perspective on life in general. Because these times I'm still a kid. Like
17, right, at the time?
Yeah, I just turned 17. So I was like, now I'm slowly coming into the adult world. Because like, and the way I used to view it was like I'll depend on people a lot to make stuff happen for me. But then I realized, like, obviously you can do that, but then it's better if you do it yourself and put like, because at the end of the day, it's my career, it's in my hands. And like, obviously I went through a lot of like scenarios that shaped my perspective and like trying new stuff and like, trial and error. You get like a lot of that.
What sorts of scenarios?
terms of like, just like partying, like substances, like females, like street stuff. You get like all of that. It's just, I think it defined me. And then, but it took like last year to just build everything, even in the sense of like just going studio and laying stuff down, because no one knew how I was. But I was just like trying to perfect the craft, like unknowingly, because I love the game. I love the hustle, like Mitch, you know what I'm trying to say. But then it was to the end of the year that like I took everything in, and then my brethren checked me, because like these times I was making money, I didn't care about music. And then it took one convo for him to tell me to pattern up, because it's like I'm counting money, and then he's saying, why haven't you wrote bars in like 2 weeks? These times I write every day. The man have seen me write all the time. I can be out of move and I'll write a line and I'll put it back in my pocket, because even that more is like I don't really talk in it. But then yeah, he showed me, innit? I'm like, making peas, innit? Like, get away, you get it. But then what's it called? He told me like, stuff you're doing now, that ain't gonna take you clear. It's the music thing. And then that touch, man, innit? So the same day, I wrote a freestyle, and it came out to be that I Need a Girl thing I dropped, like not too long ago. And then, cause I took it to ends to my manager. It was in the car with my other cousins, innit? Two of my other cousins. I laid it down. Like I spat like 3 bars of it. And it was like, hey, shut up, we're recording this. Yeah, so we recorded it. And that turned out to be my first 10K. And like, that video meant a lot to man, because it was like a reflection of everything I've been through in one. And then that made me realize, because like, I think it was December times, like next year, I gotta go hard. And like, that's where the consistency part comes in. Because that video gave man a lot of motivation to just like, all right, cool, we're gonna do it this year. Because like, there was times I'm telling my brethren like, oh, fam, I just wanna make it, fam. Like, I don't think nothing's happening. But after that video, I was like, yeah, it gave man hope. Like, even though it was 10K, it's like, yeah, cool. Then like, because I was thinking, I found a potential formula to go with. But then yeah, because that everything that happened last year just taught man the importance of consistency. But not just in music, it's anything I do. Like, literally anything. And it's just a very important value to have in it. You get me? So, yeah.
You said you found a potential formula. What did that formula look like?
In terms of just like content, consistently, like how I built Muggy Monday, which is I drop something every Monday. So even one of my brethren here, that, what's it called? That gave me the name, like the idea of the name. Cause like, I was dropping freestyles Monday regularly anyway. But obviously, when the name comes now, it's like, guys know every Monday, like, yeah, Mugz is dropping something. So like, it adds to the brand identity. So that formula in a sense, cause them Muggy Mondays help man a lot in terms of like impressions and getting a reach and like getting my face out there a bit. So,
how hard is it to remain consistent with that? Because we do the same. So we release an interview every single Monday without fail. And I can't lie to you, sometimes it's tough. Like, it's really, really tough. So how many times like has it got to the point of a Monday and you've got nothing, you think, fuck, like this is...
Can't lie. Even happened like recently, like twice in a row in like a month. Because recently I was just... Like before it was easy, like, cause see January I came strong, like I came with a different type of hustle, like from the 7th, like not even from the 7th, from the 6th of January. Like I was like, alright, cool, I'm dropping. It was calm until maybe I'll say like, the first release, like, say like September. Then after that I was like, a lot of stuff is transitioning now in terms of like, I'm moving a lot, I'm up and down everywhere. So it's like, when I didn't have something for Monday, I was thinking, like, man.
I was going to say, like, how does it affect you personally, mentally? Because, like, for me, when you've made a commitment to people that it's going to be out every single week, it is a bit of a burden mentally, but how does it affect you?
Nah, it gets, like, ask the man, I'm the biggest overthinker. So when I miss something or a deadline, I'm so disappointed in myself. I'm thinking, are people going to rate me anymore? Like, or have I let guys down? Or, like, it's deeper, like, because people just think, cool, it's 1 week. But it's like, it's a lot, because that could easily turn into a cycle that I don't want to happen. And it's like, obviously it's long, but really and truly, if you really put your mind to it, you can do it. So, yeah, no, it can break, man, still, but you just got, it's just a thing where you just got to think like, yeah, man, I'll come strong the next week. And like, keep on doing what you've been doing. Yeah. But it's just like, it can make you overthink bears and that, but nah, it hurts still when you miss something, but try not to more time, man. Even if it's like 8 bar or something, nah, like, there's no excuses anymore and shit. It's just time to blast you.
Why did you start music? I was really interested about this, and I think maybe it's a bit clearer now, having said that some of your struggles in the past and stuff like that. But I think when someone starts like a new venture, whether that's like business or whether that's music or whatever it might be, sometimes it's trying to escape things or escape situations that they're in. Why did you start music? Why do you think I need to do this?
Yeah, what's it called? See, when I grew up here, what's it called? I used to watch like a lot of like hip hop documentaries and that. I used to watch like the Tupac stuff, the Biggie stuff. So like by the time I was in year 7, like OG's gonna chat to man about history and that. You get it? Because I'd rather watch that than Handy Mandy and CBs and that. You get me? But then, so like, what's it called? There was a studio. It was me and like, let's say 5, 6 of my brethren at the time. There was a studio in school, innit? We always go there. And like, but it would be a joke thing, innit? But I heard the funniest bars. I think it was like, I feel like I can't remember, like, usually like year 7 times. It was just bullshit though. It's like, you know me on the street, you didn't know, like, yeah, but what's it called? I did that. And then there was one time, I think it was the start of like, what's it called? Year 10. The man them were at the lockers, innit? It was in the morning. I saw one of my G's rapping, innit? So, but like, it's like half of the school was there. I'm thinking, what the fuck's going on there? So I go there anyway, like, I go to the front, I see what I've got. So my boy's rapping, this other brother's doing the drum thing on the lockers, innit? So I'm like, cool, I'm trying to see, but they ain't feeling his thing though. Shout, you get it? Yeah, they wasn't feeling his thing. Then, what's it called? I'm like, I got pushed in the middle, innit? I was like, hey, yo, spit side. So what's it called? These times, man, small. You get me? Man grew a bit, man, I was small. Like, man had the Jordan backpack, like, you get me? It's a bad lug that. But then I was like, are you man ready, yeah? Yeah, because like, I was kind of a joke man as well sometimes at school, innit? Like, I was bust bare jokes, innit? So, what's it called? What's the boss again? There was this, I didn't want to say his name, but there's this brother, I said his name because like his last name was a punchline. So I said his name. I'm like, walking to the party, machine is sporting the money. And then what's it called? I said that. And then I said like 2 bars after that. And then the whole place, So that's when I knew like, oh shit.
What was that feeling like?
I was like, raw, yeah. Like, I feel like the guy still. I can't lie, it was lit. And then I think, after that, brothers came up to me and was like, yo, like, come, let's do it again, rap. So like, for a second, it became like, even more than a moment, became like a thing for a bit. But after, obviously, that showed me like, all right, cool, if I really want to do this thing, I can't. But see, how I was talking about before, the shyness and that spotlight wasn't me in it. So I was like, yeah, fuck that, I'll never become a rapper. Then, what's it called? I think it was like, it was a summer, yeah. It was 2018. I was with my cousins in back home, innit, Sierra Leone, innit. So I'm at my grandma's yard. And then prior, like a couple months prior, my brethren must have passed away, innit. So then me and the man them were bored as hell. So thinking like, I don't know who said it, but one of us was like, oh, let's spit bars. And then my favorite artist at the time was 2-3. So he had a song called Day in the Life, innit. So I liked the theme of it. So I changed the hook a bit, cause these times I don't know what hook is. It's just there, innit? I changed it, but then what's it called? I referenced the lyrics to my brethren that passed, innit? And then the verses. No, after that I was just straight freestyle, innit? But it was kind of good, innit? These times I'm like 14. Yeah, so.
You were 14, your friend passed away?
Yeah.
How did you deal with that?
Nah, it fucked me up still. It was like, cause these times like you hear guys die every day, innit? But it's like when it's close to home, like when it's someone you grew up with, you went to his yard and that, like, it's like, what the hell? It's like you never see that person again. So I was mad confused, innit? But it's like it wasn't just me dealing with it, cause like he had a lot of credibility from where man's from, innit? It's like he was very known, innit? So it's like everyone's going through it, hit everyone, like, especially in school as well. But I was like, I think the lyrics helped a lot, cause I went to my boy's yard, like that was close to my brother and dad as well. After I came from back home, I spotted to him and he was like, raw, like, this is crazy. So I was like, obviously, That's how I thought. That's when I learned that music was like slive and expression. You get it, like you can express yourself through it. So then, but then after that, it was like calm. Like now my nose, like I can definitely rap in it, like so I can do that. And then,
what stopped you from letting that sort of vulnerability out on a release now?
I don't think I'm ready to talk about it yet. Like until probably the future. Like if I have an album or something, then I want to touch on it. Because now I'm still like building stage and people are still learning about me. So I wanted to learn about the good side first. Because I was thinking about like, let me do this deep thing. But it's like, first of all, that the climate we're in terms of music, like consumers listen to something different. Like they gotta be 100% loyalty to like taking that type of stuff in it. But also showing that side of you is very important, which I will do, like probably very soon in it. But now I'm just showing them like how I move or like what's happened this week or something. But then, like, cause like, yeah, I'll just do it when I'm ready in it. But then I must have been, what's it called? I go back, so I'm back home. I know I can rap now. So it must have been like, lockdown was like 2020. Like 2 years later, when it was lockdown, innit? I made it like that. These times I'm just experimenting bears. Like I made a business, like what's it called? And then I told my cousin like, yo, man's making an album. He laughed at me. He was like, well, I was like, I say that. So then man, I write like 30 to 50 freestyles or something in like that space of time. And I was going ham every day, new beat, like just writing. So now I've got bare bars on my phone. By the time it's summer now, I'm at my cousin's yard again. And it's like, a couple of the men were there as well. It was like 5 of us, 6 of us. Then that first freestyle got on my IG. That's the first thing I spat. And then the reaction was nuts. It's like, yo, like, after I spat, it was like, oh, we need to go studio. Ladies. And like, even my orders as well. My orders, what's it called? Because 2 days after that happened, yeah, last day we went to a party. So the day after, we went to go studio for the first time, innit? Linked to my guy, Joby, innit? It's in Hackney Wick. So what's called, I laid it down. Them bars there. Then like, there was a snippet I did on Snap, innit? And everyone locally was like, it was like, what the hell? Like, this guy's rapping. Because like, they never expected that. Because like, what's it called? Where I'm from, they call me Muggy, innit? Like, bro, Muggy rapping. Like, what the hell? Everyone's just surprised, innit? And like, even one of my orders were trying to manage me, like, straight once he heard that, innit? So then, that's when I recorded in the car, and I put it out now. And then it got like a good reaction, and that's when I knew like, alright, cool, man can do this. So it was accidental, but it wasn't. You get it? But I did. To be honest, when I was young, I was thinking I was gonna be a basketball player or something. But man's not really, you know what I'm trying to say. But
you say it was accidental, and I wonder if this is accidental. And I touched upon like authenticity earlier. Like I was trawling through the comments on a lot of your videos, and a lot of the comments are like, I've never heard anything like this before, this is so unique, stuff like that. Like, where does that uniqueness and your own sound come from? Did you stumble upon that?
You know what? To be honest, I don't know, you know, because like, see, I dropped like my second freestyle on my page, yeah, I dropped that, innit? That's the first time I ever hopped on a Gram instrumental. I hopped on it, but then even like how all my videos goes, I spit in the car, and then after that, we film it and rapping it. But how this one went, what's it called? My younger cousin thought I was like, it was a joke thing. Like I wasn't rapping for real. But deep down I was in it. But it was just like, I changed my tone a bit. And like, I rapped how I talk on like, to my brethren, like. So then I did that. And then I got a very good reaction in it. And then that's when I was like, okay, cool, I'm about to do more of this. And then it just became a habit. It became normal, like just to not be normal. Because really and truly, how I used to rap is like, it was more conscious and more like real. But like these times, I'm just having fun, and it's like I'm just talking about real life scenarios and how I would talk to my guys on a regular day. So the authenticity comes from just real life. Yeah, just me being me. So it's like, and obviously like, I'm not really looking at anyone else, and like, we're just trying to stay in my own lane. But even from our batch, innit, we don't talk like no one. We don't we don't walk like no one. We don't move like no one. You get so. It's just my batch, innit? People who I associate with, like, we try to do everything different, like, in terms of anything we do. So I think that's where it comes from, innit? Just being ourselves. You get,
And it comes across in like the numbers and the engagement across all platforms. So if you look at your Instagram, you look at your YouTube, like everything is doing really well, which kind of made me wonder, like, how accurate would it be to say that everything has been a walk in the park for you, that you just release stuff, it pops off and you go about your daily life?
I don't know about that one, you know. I can, nah, because before, man, I was getting 400 views, 300 views, and they weren't there when we had 80 pence on our square. You get all them type of stuff there, like, it wasn't, maybe, like, it comes across as that, but it's like...
How does that make you feel that from the outside looking in, it looks like it's been an easy ride?
It feels good if that's how it comes across, still, like, fair enough, the man there must be doing something right, you get it, but I don't know, it took a lot of grinding, but I don't know, because I don't really look at the numbers. Like, when I post, I don't go on my phone, like, because it's like, just for mental health purposes, it's like, I just want to be away from the world, innit? I'll go like, I'll just go do something else and like try to be active and it's off my phone, because...
What's the flip side of that then, that you said for mental health purposes? So if you were to release and you're just on your phone, how do you think that would affect you?
No, because I've done it, like...
And how did it affect you?
See what's it called, when I released my Next Up, innit? I was gassed, innit? Because, like, Next Up was one of my biggest dreams. Because, like, before, my only goals with this rap thing was, like, do every, like, feature on every big freestyle platform and cut. It sounds mad stupid, but that's how I used to think. So then when I got the Next Up, I was like, raw. It's like, fuck, like, because I was even talking to Mally about it, like, in February times, like, because when he got his thing, I was like, yeah, man, like, I'm proud of you still, because that's something I want to achieve. So when I achieved it, I was like, yeah, calm. But then I tried, like, on the first part of the Next Up, I didn't do something I'd regularly do or show people, innit? So then I did that, but then the reaction was like, it was more like down, or like, it was more down than how it normally be. So I was thinking, like, I rapped it, you get it? So I was thinking, no, like, what's wrong with me? Like, why did I pick this? Like, I'm so stupid, like, but actually, I'm just taking in the comments too much. But it's like every comment I see is like, no, what the hell is this? Like, blah, 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 blah. So I'm thinking, chat, like, it's long. But then, like, when it came out, it was less worse, innit? Because the second part got way more, like, better reviews in it. But it's like, just like, when you focus on stuff too much, like, it can be a burden on your brain. And like, I'm a big overthinker, innit? So that's why I stay off now. Because I don't want to overthink stuff too much. And like, say if something don't do what I wanted to do, be to score again. That's my mindset. So I don't want to focus on one thing too much, because when you rely on something, like, that could dictate your whole day, your whole week, innit? And we ain't got time for that. It's time to blast and whoosh. So it's like, yeah, man, try to stay off my phone a bit. But yeah.
If it makes you feel any better, I way prefer the part 1 to part 2. So,
nah, I did a dog.
That's how I feel.
Nah, I appreciate it still.
I did want to talk to you a little bit about the present. What are you working on at the moment? What have you got upcoming? What can people expect?
I'm trying to release like 3 songs before the end of the year. I don't know if that's gonna work or not, but I'm trying. So like, try to get 3 releases here, and then like next year I just want to be consistent with releases. Cause I've been consistent in terms of content, but it's like now I want to switch it to actual music in it. Cause I feel like I've done enough of that. So now I want to transition it now onto like the YouTube thing and just putting out more vids, or not even vids, just music in general, and like just keep on going hard and just adapt to stuff more efficiently and just grow what I've been doing basically in general. Just grow and grow and grow.
You said 3 songs. One of those 3 songs will be out just before this interview comes out.
Yeah.
So what can people understand? What context would you give them about that track to help them, I guess, give a new meaning to the track rather than just listen to it?
That's a good question. Well, the title of the song is called Dumb, obviously. I think what inspired it was the beat, because like the way the drums go is like dun 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 dun. So then when I heard it, I was like, I was going with the beat and I was like dumb 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 dumb. Then I was referring to people who, you get it, you know what I'm saying, a couple brothers there, they're moving dumb dumb dumb. And then the verse is like, what's it called? I just try to be a bit like like unique with it, and just like do what I do. So the verses, it was like it was just referring to like my character a bit, and like small scenarios that's happened, and then it goes back to the hook, referring to dum dums, and then what's it called? Then the verse after that, it's basically touching on the dum dums a bit more in it, like, and then yeah. So I think it's a very like vibrant, like upbeat type of, you know. It'll make you. Well, hopefully it makes people smile and that, and you get me. And yeah, it's just funny, innit? A bit like, and it's just a reflection of them and there. Yeah. But yeah, literally, that's what it is basically. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about like your work rate, and like even today, obviously you've got a train down from university, and I wanted to ask you how you manage both, because anyone can see that your trajectory is going right to the very top, and that takes time, and so does uni. How do you manage both?
You know, last year was last year was more like, it wasn't as difficult because things weren't put in place like that. But it's like, I'm never in one place at one time. You get, like, one day I'll be here, next place I'll be like 3 hours away. Next place I might be 1 hour away from that. Then the other day man's here again. Like, it's a lot, but at the same time it's like, I'm just trying to make Mumsy happy, and that's why I'm there. Because really and truly, I don't know. I might drop out of there. I don't know, but yeah, like, but for now, it's just juggling and just getting through it. Because people have done what I've done. You get, so it's like it's not impossible. It's just hard, but life's hard. Like at my age, and I'm trying to work now, and when I'm 40, I can chill. And like I'm trying to like fulfill my foundation years, like from 18 to 25. That's when that whole period can dictate whether, like, what's it called, like you fulfilled your goals or not.
Good.
Like, so I just want to go hard now and just do the best I can in anything I do, whether that's the uni thing, the music thing. So just juggling it, but it's not easy now. It is what it is, isn't it? But, yeah, it's calm.
And you said you're literally doing it to make your mum proud.
Yeah.
How important is that?
Nah, it's very, cause like, see all our peoples, they didn't come over here for me to go jail or like not fulfill her happiness. Cause like I could probably drop out and still make her happy with this music thing, but it's like, say when I graduate now, like that's every like what's it called, parent's dream. Like most anyway, like just saying, yeah, my son did it. Cause like it's not easy. But yeah, happiness means a lot to me because she sacrificed a lot for me. So it's like, if I can do that, like, yeah. Plus, like, she wants me to do it. So it's like, cool, I got you. You get it? So that's what keeps me going all the time. I could have dropped out last year, innit? But yeah, but it's just important to keep our morale high. Yeah.
100%. Yeah. You spoke about the years 18 to 25. So those 7 years being really poignant to kind of dictating your success in later life. And I really agree with that. And you spoke about it kind of dictating whether you achieve your goals or not. So to talk about goals, what are your goals in the future?
In the future, what's it called? I want to not drift away from music, but it's like I want to have a lot of like big ventures as well in terms of like business and just.
In what industries?
What's it called? I was thinking of like production or like trucking or just like stuff to do outside of media. But obviously I can do stuff within media as well. Because like as an artist, you're a brand. But also it's just like land as well, like back home. Like there's a lot of stuff. But now obviously I just want to focus on getting this pattern first. But yeah, there's a lot of ventures I want to do. Like I'm very big on ownership and just like being your own boss, you get me? But yeah, that's future, that's basically what it is, like outside of music, yeah. Just a lot of ownership.
And inside music, you say in your Spotify bio, my sole goal is to remain authentic and to consistently grow in order to become the greatest artist coming out of the new generation.
Yeah, 100%. Like being authentic to me means a lot. Like, if anyone says that, like, it can make my day. Cause like, it's not that I'm trying to be authentic, but it's like, even like people acknowledging it is like, means a lot to me. So it's like, so to a certain extent, that's become my unique selling point. Just like being me and just being unidentifiable within like the rest of the crowd. So it's like, I want to just keep that like forever. So they know like you won't ever get me confused with someone else. You get, and then what's it called? Yeah. Wait, what's the rest of the question? I'm bugging.
I was just really asking about that statement. I guess aside from that, like, what would that achievement look like? Whether it's #1 albums, whether it's shows performed, like, what are you looking to achieve within the industry?
Oh yeah. What's it called? See, I feel like in terms of the game now, there's a new generation coming in, and like I know how you have like Haas, Dave, and Stormzy as like the three-headed goat. Like for the future generation, I want to be in that conversation. Like,
who are the other two heads?
I don't know. I don't know. Innit? Like, obviously, like the young bucks that did like the people coming out. There's a couple that are like, yeah, like they're hard. You get, but I don't know. And only the future can tell. Like, if you put in the work now, they will see. But all I know is I want to be involved in that conversation. That's what's keeping me like going every day in terms of like making it in this thing. So yeah,
I'm sure you'll make it happen. And final kind of question. This is, I guess, more for your own benefit and someone that might look back on this interview in 7 years' time, and hopefully when you're in that conversation or at the head of it, what message would you give to yourself?
Well, like in the future up to now, like I don't even want it to be like a you could have done this, you could have done that. I want to be like, well done. You get, I don't want to educate myself, cause I already feel like I'm wise to a certain extent. But I just want to, I'll be like, yeah, nah. You was a serious blaster back in your day. Yeah. Like, yeah, this, something along them lines, innit? I don't want to look back and be like, oh, fuck, man. Like, you could have done that, and that. Like, nah, man. I want to be happy, like, looking back at stuff I've done. So, yeah, that's how I feel, yeah, word.
Unreal. I'm sure you'll make it happen. And I have to ask you, so we ask all our guests at the end of every interview who they would like to see come on the platform. So out of any artists or anyone that you know within the industry, who would you nominate to come on the platform and have a similar past, present, future conversation?
It's a good question. I'll probably say Strands, you know. What's it called? He's up and coming as well. I think he's doing well. Like, I rate his thing, like, because he does like what I do similarly in terms of beat selection. So it's like, and like through his content, I can see he's mature, because like how he talks about like just different, like what's it called? A typical young man in this industry would like glorify like the bad stuff in it, like that happens in life, or like criminal activity and that. But obviously, he talks about that, but like in a positive way. Like, but like going, like he's got his phrase fully legitimate. So I rate it. It's like not a lot of people like think like that. So yeah, seeing a bigger perspective from him in his life would be cool. So yeah.
See if we can make it happen.
Yeah. 100%.
But no, thank you, bro. Honestly, I appreciate the honesty. I appreciate the dedication and coming down and being so open. So how have you found it?
Nah, I appreciate you for having me, my bro. It means a lot, you know. Because like, you made it very comfortable as well. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't feel like man's in the Fed station and that. And yeah, so no, it was very cool, man. I appreciate you heavily.
Nice one, bro. Thank you.
Nah, my dog.
Nice one, bro.
Thank you, bro.